What if I told you the single most overlooked secret to a consistent, powerful golf swing isn't your club or your stance, but something as simple as how you hold the club?
Hmm.
Today, we're going to cut through the noise a bit, reveal the surprising truths about your grip.
It's the only physical link you have to your club.
It really is.
And how dialing it in is probably your fastest shortcut to a game you maybe never thought possible.
That really is the
Yeah.
core of it. Yeah, we're not just talking about like a handshake with your club.
No.
We're talking about the fundamental connection that pretty much dictates your entire swing. So forget the generic advice.
Right.
In this deep dive, we're going to hand you the exact blueprint for aligning your grip with your body. So consistency becomes, well, your default, not just a lucky accident.
Nope.
We'll explore the distinct roles each hand plays, how to personalize your grip using something called BioSwing dynamics, and then, crucially, how to build a rock-solid pre-shot routine that locks it all in. Okay, so it all starts with the hands, right? But here's the paradox I always found interesting. How can these two hands, seemingly doing the same job, actually play wildly different, yet, equally vital roles in shaping the shot?
Yeah, it's truly fascinating how specialized their functions are. Especially for a right-handed golfer, let's clarify that. Your left hand, for instance, that's the primary controller of the club face orientation and impact.
The rudder, basically.
Exactly, it's the rudder. It dictates whether that club face arrives square or open or closed to your target line.
So if I'm picturing this, how does my left-hand position actually translate? Like, what's the visual cue I should be looking for down there?
Okay, good question. Let's talk about the V that forms between your left thumb and index finger. You see that?
Yep.
For a, let's say, neutral grip, that V should point roughly toward your right ear. Okay? This position naturally promotes a square club face. Straight ball flight, mostly.
Neutral flight, got it.
Now, if you rotate that left hand more to the right, clockwise, for a righty, creating what we call the strong grip, that V will point more towards your right shoulder.
Okay.
This tends to close the club face through impact. It encourages a draw, that right to left shape, or it really helps reduce a slice if that's your issue.
Right, helps fight the slice. And the opposite.
The opposite is the weak grip. Your left hand is rotated more counterclockwise, more towards the left. That V points more toward your chin, maybe even your left ear.
Oh.
And this often leaves the club face more open at impact. So that encourages a soft left-to-right curve, or it can help prevent a hook if you're fighting that.
The precision of that left-hand control is pretty amazing. It almost makes the right hand seem secondary. But I know that's definitely not the case. What's the unique critical role the right hand plays?
Right. It's definitely not secondary. While the left hand is steering, let's say, your right hand has a major influence on your angle of attack.
Angle of attack. How steep or shallow you come into the ball.
Precisely. How steeply or shallowly the club approaches the ball. And this is very closely tied to your swing type, your core movement patterns. For example, if your right hand sits slightly on top of your left hand, sort of covering it a bit,
Yeah.
that produces a shallower angle of attack. The club comes in flatter, helps you get more cover over the ball, compress it for maybe a lower, piercing flight. We often see this with upper core players.
Okay, upper core, we'll get to that. What about the middle ground?
The middle ground is more side-on. Your right hand is pretty much directly in line with your left. This promotes a more neutral angle of attack, balanced ball flight, very common in middle core players.
Makes sense.
And then there's the side-on under position. Here, your right hand rests slightly underneath the left. This creates a steeper angle of attack.
Deeper.
Yeah. Typically suited for lower core players, the ones who use a lot of strong lower body action, vertical force to drive through the ball.
Okay, so we've broken down the individual jobs of each hand. Left for face, right for angle of attack, kind of. But here's the really interesting part you mentioned, bioswing dynamics. What if the perfect grip isn't some generic thing?
Exactly.
What if it's actually tailored to my body's natural way of moving? How does this bioswing stuff help unlock a grip that feels less like I'm fighting myself?
That's precisely the goal. It's about working with your body, not against it. BioSwing dynamics research has identified 3 primary core types, right? And each one naturally pairs best with specific grip and wrist alignments.
Okay.
Take the upper core player, for instance. These golfers generate power mainly through big shoulder turns, lots of rotation.
Right.
Their best paired grip is usually going to feature that on-top right-hand position we mentioned,
Okay.
and their left thumb placed maybe a bit more toward the back of the shaft, under the grip.
Yeah.
This gives them superior club face control that really complements their natural rotation.
And for those who are maybe more balanced, not all shoulders, not all hips.
Those are your middle core players. They've got a good balance between arm swing and body motion. For them, the ideal is usually a side-on right-hand grip, and the left thumb positioned just slightly left of center on the shaft. This allows for a really natural flowing release pattern.
Okay. And the last one, lower core.
Yes, the lower core players. They rely heavily on lower body drive. Think powerful legs and hips, lots of vertical push. They're typically best suited for that side-on undergrip with the left thumb more on top of the shaft.
Okay.
This setup really supports their naturally steeper strike pattern. The main takeaway here, the really powerful idea, is that matching your grip style to your core type, it just reduces the need to fight your own body.
Yeah.
It makes controlling the ball flight much, much easier and way more consistent for you.
Reducing that internal fight. Yeah, that sounds like a huge game changer. But okay, even with a perfectly matched grip, you still need consistency, right? Every single time.
Yep.
That's where the pre-shot routine comes in. I like your analogy. It's like a pilot's launch checklist, something you do every time to ensure readiness.
Indeed, it's critical. A well-designed pre-shot routine prepares you both physically and mentally. Okay, so for right-handed golfers, let's walk through it.
Let's do it.
Step 1, stand behind the ball. Really visualize the target line, the shot shape. Then hold the club just in your right hand, lift it up so the shaft is roughly parallel to the ground, and align that leading edge perfectly to your intended start line. Not just the target, the start line.
Okay, so you're tracing the initial path. Makes sense. What's next?
From there, step 2, select an intermediate target. Pick a tiny spot, like a specific blade of grass, a leaf, a little discoloration, maybe 12 to 16 inches, about 30, 40 centimeters in front of the ball, directly on that target line.
Why so close?
It's just so much easier to aim the club face accurately at something close than at a flag 150 yards away, Get your alignment precise.
Gotcha. Precision aiming point.
Yeah.
And the hands come on.
Yes. Step 3, place the left hand first. Set the club face down behind the ball, aim squarely at that little intermediate target you just picked. Then place your left hand onto the grip, making absolutely sure that thumb position matches your core type like we discussed.
Okay. Left hand first, aimed at the spot, then the right hand joins in.
Exactly. Step 4, add the right hand. Put it on in your specific on top, side on, or side on under position based on your swing type. And here's a key check. Look down. Make sure both V's formed between thumb and index finger on both hands are pointing generally somewhere between your chin and your right shoulder, depending on your grip style, strong, weak, or neutral.
Right. Check the V's. Good checkpoint. What about pressure?
Crucial. Step 5, check your grip pressure. I remember when I first started, I used to grip it so tight my knuckles were white.
The death grip. We've all done it.
Totally. My wrists felt like concrete. It's amazing how finding the right pressure unlocks so much fluidity. You want it firm enough for control, definitely, but not so tight you kill your wrist hinge and speed. Think, like on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is strangling it, aim for about a 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Firm but mobile. Okay.
Yep. And finally, step 6, final look and swing. Take one last look at your actual target. Take a nice deep breath to release any last-minute tension, shoulders relaxed, and then commit. Commit to the swing without any second guessing. Just trust it.
That's a really solid checklist. But even knowing all this, what are the common traps, the pitfalls golfers fall into with their grip? I bet a lot of us listening have felt that frustration on the course, knowing something's off with the grip but not sure what.
Oh yeah, you're right. There are definitely common grip mistakes that just undermine everything else. The biggest one is probably too much tension.
The death grip again.
The death grip, that white knuckle gripping. It severely restricts your wrist hinge, which kills your lag and slows down your club head speed. You're just losing effortless power.
Okay. So it's not just about control, it actually robs you of speed, too. What else besides tension?
Well, beyond power loss, that tension makes controlling the club face through impact incredibly difficult. Leads to inconsistent strikes, shots going everywhere.
Yeah.
Another really common error is an overly strong or overly weak grip.
Going too far one way or the other.
Exactly. This creates excessive curve, big hooks or big slices, and forces you to make these last-second timing adjustments with your hands or body that just break down under pressure. You can't rely on timing.
And I guess having a grip that doesn't match your swing type, like you mentioned with BioSwing, that must create constant frustration, too.
It absolutely does. If your grip isn't matched to your swing type, you are constantly fighting your own natural biomechanics.
Right.
Every swing feels like a struggle, and consistent strikes are almost impossible.
Feels like you're working against yourself.
Precisely. And maybe the most subtle one, but hugely important. skipping the routine, just walking up and grabbing the club differently every time.
Guilty sometimes.
We all are. But an inconsistent setup, where you don't follow those steps we just laid out, leads directly to inconsistent ball flight. You simply cannot expect repeatable results without a repeatable setup process. It starts there.
Okay, we've pinpointed the mistakes. People are probably nodding along, recognizing some of these. Now, how do we fix them? What are those sort of insider pro tips for really embedding these grip principles, making them second nature?
Right, the practical stuff. Well, one of the best ways to get objective feedback, because feel isn't always real, is to film your hands.
Use your phone.
Yeah, use your phone. Slow motion video is fantastic. Or, if you have access, a 3D swing analysis tool like some AI golf chatbots offer now can be incredibly insightful for checking hand position and even grip pressure changes during the swing. See what's actually happening.
Get some real data. Good idea.
Second, and this is crucial, practice one change at a time. Patience is key here. Grip changes feel weird. They feel uncomfortable, maybe even weak at first. Give them time, weeks, maybe even longer, for that new feel to settle in and become natural before you start tinkering with other parts of your swing. Don't rush it.
One thing at a time. Patience. What about feeling the connection to the ball?
Good point. You should definitely combine grip work with impact drills. Don't just make practice swings, hit balls, but maybe start small. Short pitch shots, half swings.
Feel it connect.
Exactly. This helps you really feel how your grip change affects the club phase at the moment of truth, at impact, without the complexity, the full swing confusing things. It builds that hand-face connection.
Nice. Any final tip?
Yeah, finally, remember to adapt slightly for the club in hand. While your core grip principles, left-hand position, right-hand position relative to your core type should remain consistent. You might make subtle adjustments to grip pressure, maybe even slightly how the right hand sits, to optimize ball flight for different clubs. Like you might want a slightly softer feel for a delicate wedge shot compared to, ripping a driver.
Little nuances for different shots. Makes sense.
It's all about optimization. But the foundation stays the same. So if there's one central theme, one big idea to really take away from this deep dive today, it's that your golf grip, it's not just some minor technical detail. It is the absolute fundamental foundation of your entire golf swing.
The only connection.
The only connection. By understanding the separate but linked roles of your left and right hands, by matching your grip to your unique core type, how you move, and then reinforcing all that good stuff with a consistent pre-shot routine, you are building a swing that is just inherently more repeatable, definitely more powerful, and significantly more accurate, especially when you're feeling the heat out there.
So here's something to think about. How could a truly dialed-in grip, one that's specifically tailored to your body, your natural swing, how could that transform your confidence, your performance the next time you step onto the first tee or face that tricky approach shot? Imagine facing that critical shot, but truly knowing your connection to the club is perfectly optimized for you. We really encourage you to experiment with these insights, maybe ditch some of that old generic advice you heard, and discover potentially a whole new level of consistency in your game.